Hello mathematicians. So today we are going to be talking all about adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators using the LCM, or the least common multiple. So when you're adding fractions, we know that the only way we can add or subtract a fraction is if we first have fractions that have like denominators. If we have a fraction such as 1/6 plus 3/5, my very first step is to decide what could I convert each of them into so that they would have the same denominator or bottom number. And the way we do that is by using what we like to call the magic M. M for multiple. So we're going to take our denominators and those become the points of our M. So we have a 5 and we have a 6. And all we're going to do is count multiples down the legs of that M until we can find the least or the smallest multiple that they have in common. So I'm going to start skip counting by sixes, my multiples, and I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on 5 and see if I can find a match. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, I noticed that I found my match. The smallest or the least common multiple of 6 and 5 is 30. So that's how I find my least common multiple. My next step is now to convert each of these fractions into 30ths. I like to think of it as translating. Because the value stays the same, the message is the same, I'm now just converting it into kind of like another language. So I now have to convert my 6th into 30ths by saying 6 times what equals 30. And I can actually use the work on the magic N to help me because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5 equals 30. And I know that the rule is whatever I do to the bottom, I also need to do to the top. So I'm going to say times 5 over here, and I now know that 1/6 is equal to 5/30ths. Now I have to convert my 3/5 to 30ths too, and I can use the same trick. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so times 6. And at the top, times 6, 3 times 6 is 18. So now I have two brand new fractions to work with that I can add together with my like denominator. So now I just have to say, instead of 1/6 and 3/5, I can say 5/30ths plus 18/30ths equals something 30ths. And I know that I can keep my denominator the same because I've already created two fractions with like denominators. So now I just need to add 5 and 18 together to get my new numerator. So I know that 18 plus 5 is 23. I also know that 23 is a prime number, so I cannot simplify 23/30ths. So my answer to 1/6 plus 3/5 is 23/30ths.